Hi, my name's Laura and I'm an independent consultant with Jamberry Nails. I'm really excited to show you a really cool tip today on what to do when you're applying metallic wraps, how to get them to stay really well. I have a hard time with the metallic wraps not wrinkling and not rubbing off on the tips of my fingers. So I found this trick and I'm gonna show it to you and try and help you get your metallics to last longer. So I've already prepped my nail. I washed them with dish soap, buffed them with the buffer block. I pushed all my cuticles back so they're all ready to go. So I'm just gonna take the nail that I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna swab it with alcohol really well. Okay, and then I've picked this size for my nail. So I'm just gonna do everything like I normally do to apply this wrap. Try not to touch them with your fingers, but I know that that part's not gonna be stuck to my nail. That's gonna be trimmed off. So got my heater here. You can also use your blow dryer. Just gonna turn that on and get it nice and soft. I found with the metallic ones that they need to be heated up a little bit longer than the other ones. Okay, so as you can see, it starts to curl. And then as soon as I can after that, I want to get that on my nail. And when I'm sticking these on, sometimes it's hard to get them just right. So you can always lift it up and move it if it's still warm. Okay. So that's okay. That's a little bit off, but it's a little bit too big for my nail, but I'll show you what I do for that. So I'm gonna rub it. I like to rub it with my thumb and then my cuticle pusher. Get that on there nice and smooth. Also, when I'm doing metallics, I pull on it. It makes it nice and snug. And then I like to take the cuticle pusher too underneath my nail and just kind of press it up into there so it's nice and tight around there. And I'm going to trim it with the scissors. I'm just trimming along the edge of my nail. I'm not cutting my nail. And then I have it a little bit too long on this side, so I just take my scissors and trim it up so that it's not touching my skin anywhere. It's really important that it's only sticking to your nail. Okay. So I've got that nice and trim. Just gonna push down some of those edges that I cut. All right, and then I'm gonna take my nail file and I'm gonna go at a 45-degree angle. So this is pretty much like the regular application process. But I'm gonna go at a little bit of an angle so that some of my nail is showing and then it's less likely to rub off. I like to go underneath the edges of my nail as well, just to make sure that I got everything off. So there's that. Just make sure I don't have any stuck to my cuticle there. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn it on and heat it up one more time. Just until my finger starts to get hot. That's how I know when it's good. Smooth that out. And then this is where the trick comes in. I love this. This is a metal spoon cuticle pusher. This end is really good for scraping the cuticle off your nail. And this is really nice for putting pressure on your nail. If you don't have one of these, this works too. I've tried this. So what I'm gonna do is heat this up with the heater, and I kind of stick my hand down here so I can see when it's starting to get warm. I want it to be nice and warm, but not too hot. I just leave it there for a little while. Still not hot enough yet. Okay, when it's nice and hot, I just put the edge along the tip of my nail, and then I press. Now this is where it's important not to have it too hot, because see, it's touching my skin and it just feels warm. It doesn't hurt, but this just gives a little bit of heat and pressure at the same time all the way along my nail. And like I said, you can just use a regular spoon if I heat this up, and I can just kind of put pressure, and it stays warm because it's metal. It stays warm for a long time, so that's why I like that. And it's done. And then when I have metallics on, if they do rub off on the end, I just take my little scissors or nail clippers and trim them, reheat them, and smooth them down again, file them, and they're good as new.